Welcome to another demo video. In this one, I am going to be going over how to use the AI generator to let the AI run wild and generate some messages for you. So, I will just be going over how I would set this up for a Drippi campaign that I was running through this, and you can kind of use that to inspire and learn for how to use your campaigns. Let's jump into it. So, important thing here, basic info tab, you need to fill all of these out. I realize the system isn't great at the moment, and I need to add better descriptors for each of those, but I will try to do a better job of that here. So name, first name, just put your first name there. If you want it to like sign with your first name and last name at the end of the message, then you can put your first name, last name there. It's Twitter, I try to keep it casual, so usually I'm with my first name. Job title, I put founder, you put whatever your job title is there. That's pretty self-explanatory. Product slash service info for the name. If you have an app, put the name of the app. If you have an agency, put the name of that agency. So obviously I'm gonna put Drippi right here. Category, this one is not super important, so I'll just put SaaS. This is actually the only one that you can leave blank and it's not gonna screw things up, so don't really worry about this one if you if you aren't sure why. Get that off my screen, please. What is going on? Okay. Anyways, the description. This is probably one of the most important parts. This is all the information that it's going to use to inform the message when it's talking about your product or your service. So this is where if you're an agency owner, this is where you put your offer. What sets you apart, what special thing are you offering, all that sort of stuff. For me, I would just put obviously I would put a much more detailed description than this if I was actually going to run this. But right now I'm just going to put Drippi is an AI cold outreach software. So for any campaigns that I've actually run, I do like a 3 to 5 sentence paragraph talking about Drippi, exactly what it is, what it does, what are some of the benefits, and just giving the AI as much information as possible to work with. So that's really important. This is the section in the basic info that you should be spending the most time on. It's just writing a really good description of your app, if that's what you have, or if you're an agency, really just like what is your offering. You need to describe that really well here. Next, for the message configuration, we're going to add a bunch of these and keep them short and sweet. So what's the purpose of this message? In the example here, I say introduce myself and pitch my services. For me, one thing I was saying a lot, I would say ask the lead they want to join Drippi's invite only beta. And you notice one thing I'm gonna say there as I refer to the person that we're sending the message to as the lead. That is something you should definitely do whenever in the instructions you're referring to the person that the message is going to go to, refer to them as the lead, because that's how we're writing all the instructions that we're providing to ChatGPT to write the message. We're referring to them as the lead, so you should do the same thing, and that's going to really help with the quality of the message. So the purpose is any specific overall concepts that you want the message to do. So that's why I'm saying ask the lead if they want to join Drippi's invite only beta, because that is the idea of the message. We can add a couple of these if we want. We could say, say introduce the product and explain the benefits. All right, elements. So this is any really specific components of the message that you want to have. So say, for example, that if you want it to sign off at the bottom of each message with your name, say include a signature that says best jam, we're writing an email, something like that. Okay, that's not something I would actually say, but one thing I was doing a lot actually is I would say include a PS that says this message was written by AI, right? So because I mean, obviously that's something that you probably would not want to do because you don't want them to know that you're automating all these messages. But it is a key selling point since I'm sending people DMs that I'm using my own product to send them DMs. So I want them to know that. So I'm going to say add that PS. And then once I usually get a couple things, so I'm going to go ahead and delete this. Once I get a couple things in there, I usually will just go through and I will just generate a few messages and I'll see what it does that I like and what it does that I don't like. And you can also, in both of these, you can do the opposite of like saying include. So if you, instead of saying include here, if you say do not include X, Y, Z, whatever, then it will not include that, or it shouldn't include that. So, for example here, P.S. This message was written by AI. We're asking him, we're saying he's a passion for governance, yada, 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 whatever. Some BS. And then it says the message was written by AI. So one thing I noticed that it does here is it says best regards, comma Jan. One thing we can do to fix that is we can change the tone of the message. So we change casual. That should fix that. I don't think it will say best regards. So that would not be very casual. But you can get really creative with the tone section here as well. It can take advanced instructions there too. Yeah, so they're there since we do a casual message. It doesn't even include a signature like it's an email. So that's definitely what we want. But just to show you the power of this, so you can say use the tone of Hulk Hogan. Sorry, it's Friday at 7:06 p.m. I'm just having a beer and banging out some demo videos here, so excuse me. All right, here we go. Hulk Hogan says, "Listen up, brother. I'm Jane, the founder of Drippi, the ultimate AI cold outreach software." Yada yada yada, whatever. You get the idea. So you could say, use a tone of Alex Ramosi, and it's going to be the best sales message of all time. I don't know. Just get creative here. Try some stuff out. Generate a bunch of these, and just keep going back and forth. And you really start to get the feel of, as you do it more, how your prompts are impacting the message, and like how changing each different component is going to impact the message as well. That just about wraps it up. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't mention the max length, but I think that's pretty self-explanatory. It's been better recently. Sometimes it does treat this as a bit of as a suggestion. So you add like a ton of different stuff here that it has to include, but then say it can only have like 40 words, then it gets a little confused. It doesn't know what to do. So it's either going to write a bad message or it's going to be longer than you specify there. That's just something to keep in mind, but shouldn't run into too many issues with that. If you haven't already checked out the script personalizer demo, definitely check that one out. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later.